whistleblower complaint that we received, or at least we had an opportunity to review last night, but only received today, we made available to the public as soon as we received the redacted version, sets out a series of the most damning allegations concerning the conduct of the president.
It's a disgrace to our country. It's another witch hunt. Here we go again. It's Adam Schiff and his crew making up stories.
We have known who Donald Trump is for some time now. We knew he was a corrupt businessman who cheated people. We knew that his campaign invited foreign adversaries to tamper with our elections. And now we know that in the course of his duties as our president, he's endangered us all by putting his personal and political interests ahead of the interests of the American people.
They can't do any work. They're frozen. The Democrats are going to lose the election. They know it. That's why they're doing it.
The conflict of interest is all too apparent, all too palpable.
Director, did you or your office ever speak to the President of the United States about this complaint?
Congressman, I'm the President's intelligence officer. I speak with him several times throughout the week.
Sir, let me repeat my question. Did you ever speak to the President about this complaint?
It's not just what we now know happened in a phone call between this president and his counterpart in Ukraine. We are living through a crisis in our democracy.
My conversations with the President, because I'm the Director of National Intelligence, are privileged, and it would be inappropriate for me, because it would destroy my relationship with the President in intelligence matters, to divulge any of my conversations with the President of the United States.
And I have to put up with Adam Schiff on an absolutely perfect phone call.
When a president is soliciting foreign assistance again in another presidential election, there can be no claim of ignorance this time.
But Adam Schiff doesn't talk about Joe Biden and his son walking away with millions of dollars from Ukraine.
And now she must, as she has explained, proceed with an impeachment inquiry into the president, who has betrayed his oath of office to uphold the Constitution and protect and defend our country. This occupant of the Oval Office poses a clear and present danger to our future, to our democracy.
When you have a system of electronic storage for information that is specifically for national security purposes, and you have something that is self-serving to the president politically, and decide it might not be, you might not want people to know, and you hide it someplace else, that's a cover-up.
And the witch hunt continues, but they're getting hit hard on this witch hunt, because when they look at the information, it's a joke. Impeachment for that?
Whatever other explanation there might be, an explanation is also that it is a cover-up.
We want to know what role Rudy Giuliani had in all of this. We want to know what role Bill Barr had in any of this.
I think you should ask for VP Pence's conversation, because he had a couple of conversations also. I could save you a lot of time. They were all perfect.
As the Inspector Generals appear not to have jurisdiction, according to the Department of Justice, to look into this, as the Department is unwilling to look into this, this will fall within our responsibility.
What these guys are doing, Democrats are doing to this country, is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed. There should be a way of stopping it, maybe legally through the courts.
When a president is withholding authorized funding of Congress to use as leverage, if the president were involved in somehow extorting a foreign nation to dig up or manufacture dirt on his opponent, if there's an effort to cover up any of this conduct, there are innumerable potential offenses, but I have no confidence that this Justice Department, led by this Attorney General, will investigate anything except the president's adversaries.
Nancy Pelosi has been hijacked by the radical left, and everybody knows it.
And you win. Woo! And when your son looks at you and says, Mama, look, you won, bullies don't win. And I said, baby, they don't, because we're going to go in there and we're going to impeach them all.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Wake Up Report. Wasn't able to jump on my news stories the way I wanted to, but I did not want to go too long without, doing my news and opinions and all that kind of stuff. So I'm getting back in the mix with this story, which is undoubtedly the hottest story going on right now around the world, arguably, not only in the United States. Did Donald Trump finally roll snake eyes? Did Donald Trump finally implode? Did Donald Trump finally expose himself in a way that there is no other alternative but to impeach this clown with this latest of Trump shenanigans, really pushing the envelope in terms of in terms of all this made in keep America great again and make America great again. We have an American who apparently is so desperate to win an election that he would rat out another American and try to get a president from another country to help him do it. And that's what this issue is with Donald Trump right now. Did Donald Trump try to get the Ukrainian president to conspire with him to dig up dirt on Joe Biden and Joe Biden's son in order to use against him for the upcoming elections? I would really like to hear from some Trump supporters on this one. I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous that a sitting president would conspire or try to get someone else from another country to dig up dirt on another American citizen. And it's not so much that, will you help me dig up dirt? The issue is, did Donald Trump use foreign aid to the Ukraine as leverage to dig up dirt on Joe Biden? And if he did that, and it seems like the phone conversation that he swears is perfect, it was a perfect call, it was perfect, and it may have perfectly outed you as far as doing something just so un-American that the word America just needs to stop coming out of your mouth. But apparently, according to the phone conversation, the way Donald Trump set it up was like this. He tells the Ukrainian president how much work that the United States has done for the Ukraine. That Germany and London and other parts of Europe have done nothing for the Ukraine. The United States has done more for you than anybody else. So it should only be expected that because we've done so much for you, that I would like you to do something for me right now. Because I'm giving you this money, I would like you to help me, along with Rudy Giuliani, along with Mike Pence, along with, William Barr? All of these people apparently have agreed with me that you should investigate Joe Biden and you should help dig up some dirt on Joe Biden and his son's business dealings in the Ukraine. Could you do that for me? Because after all, we gave you all of this aid money. We also find out that he has implicated Pence, Barr, Giuliani, we already know.
Did you ask the Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden?
No, actually, I didn't. I asked the Ukraine to investigate the allegations that there was interference in the election of 2016 by the Ukrainians for the benefit of Hillary Clinton, for which there already is a court finding.
You never asked anything about Hunter Biden. You never asked anything about Joe Biden.
The only thing I asked about Joe Biden is to get to the bottom of how it was that Lutsenko, who was appointed, dismissed the case against Antak.
So you did ask Ukraine to look into Joe Biden?
Of course I did.
You just said you didn't.
So we know he's in on it. But the fact that you have the U.S. Attorney General, the Vice President, all conspiring with the President to do this, on top of a White House that has a history of suppressing information, of refusing to release information. At least Nixon kept his criminal ambitions within the confines of the United States. He didn't go to seek outside help from other countries to do his dirt. He did his dirt inside of the country. Just the most corrupt administration in the history of politics. If this were Obama, you have to make the comparison. If this were Obama and he went to another country and dangled foreign aid over somebody's country and says, I've given you so much money in addition to this money that I need you to do me a favor when it comes to digging dirt up on somebody. The Republican Party would have a field day with it. You know they would, but they are silent when it comes to Donald Trump. Mitch McConnell gets to play ignorance when it comes to this issue. Well, nobody ever told me about a phone call. This is the first I've heard of it. That's sidewinded, double-talking Lindsey Graham. All of them are complicit when it comes to Donald Trump doing the things that he does. Nobody seems to know anything when it comes to this man and the levels of corruption that he has brought to the White House and has exposed among the Republican Party. So my question to Trump supporters is, how much is enough? How much of this stuff is enough? What does Donald Trump have to do in order for you to finally realize that he does not care about you? He is only out for himself. The Republicans are only out for themselves. What you don't like to hear is that there's a clique of white America, that upper echelon. They don't give a shit about the rest of you white folks out there. They really don't. What they do, they prey and exploit your racial bigotry, on your hatred and xenophobic attitudes towards immigrants, Muslims and Arabs and Mexicans, blacks, gays, and all the other people that you would like to, put in a boat, send it out to the middle of the ocean, and then just sink it to the bottom of the ocean. They prey upon that. And it helps keep them in office. It helps maintain their positions of power. But at the end of the day, they are using you like a $2 whore on a $1 corner, and you still only get paid 25 cents for turning tricks. They just turn you all out and kick you out in the street. What am I missing about Donald Trump that can change my mind and say, I've misjudged this man. I've not given him a fair shake. I've jumped on the Democratic bandwagon calling for his impeachment because they just got it out for Donald Trump that they just want him gone. What is it about Donald Trump that I'm missing? That you Trump supporters support this kind of behavior from Mr. Make America Great Again and Keep America Great Again? Is this making America great again? Is this what keeping America great again means? Lie, cheat, steal, dig up dirt, throw dirt on your opponents, go to other people's countries and dangle money over them? Is this how America is being made to be kept great? When is enough when it comes to Donald Trump and you Trump supporters? What is it going to take to get you to open your eyes and see the light when it comes to this man? He is a snake oil salesman. He is a double talker. He is a demagogue. He hustled his way into the White House off of your hatred of blacks and Jews, gays and Mexicans and immigrants. Sold you this whole bill of goods. And at the same time, he's bilking you for everything he can get. When he hits the road, you're going to be stuck with a tax bill that you have to pay back. But the same tax cuts that he gave to the rich, they don't have to pay back. They're permanent. What is it? What am I missing about Donald Trump? Please, I want to hear from some Trump supporters. I want you to set me straight about Donald Trump and to whether any of this mess should be considered normal when it comes to being a president of the United States. Chelsea Clinton absolutely burned Donald Trump on Twitter. Donald Trump tweeted in response to the witch hunt that he is calling this, among other witch hunts, the greatest scam in the history of American politics. And Chelsea tweeted back, "Yes, you are." This is KTM and the Wake Up Report saying, think a little bit. It will do wonders for you.